Welcome everybody. It's me, Nico. We'll be here on camera in just a minute. Until then, if you haven't yet today, drink some water, use the restroom, grab a snack, stretch, get some fresh air, and we'll be here on camera in just a few minutes. 3, 2, 1, and... Hey, hi, hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Nico. I go by Cointrick and Cointrick Twitch Online. How's everybody doing? Let's check and see. Is the music too loud? It doesn't seem like it is. I think the game might be too loud because I can hear the weather effects and I'm not even in the game yet. Nope, hold on. There we go. Hopefully I typed my password incorrectly. We'll see. So today I'm playing Valheim. If you missed the bar live stream, I did the past 2 nights. Yesterday we did bar and D, which is bar like research and development. I had to think of 5 signature Overwatch themed cocktails. We managed to make it through 3. I've already thought of what the other 2 are going to be, but luckily I didn't have to do them. Like, I didn't have to have it all figured out and sorted by just yesterday. I still have plenty of time. Normally, when I'm playing, well, not normally, actually, but normally I'd like for Jake to be playing this with me, but unfortunately he's started back up at work. Because I guess he had leave or he had time off or something. So, in that time, we got back into Valheim. We started the server from scratch just a few days ago. And this is what we've managed to build. We did take a few things from our old server. Nothing game breaking. It's not like we deconstructed our bases there and like took all of our items back here. But we did take some food. We took some like the better tools that we had and the better armor that we had because we didn't want to have to go through the hassle of like forcing ourselves to reacquire all of those things. We really just wanted to get into building another base on a fresh server. The issues we had on the old server, many things. For one, like the entire landscape of the area that we've played is completely different now. Like there's like just massive walls and things everywhere. And really the biggest problem with that server is actually that because of the way that Valheim works, because the game is actually technically in like an open beta, is that whenever there are new updates that come out for the game, those updates don't apply to any area of the game that you have already explored. So when they first introduced tar and dark wood, like ceiling pieces and things like that, we couldn't find any tar because in order to find it you had to go to a plains biome, which means we had to find a plains biome that we hadn't already like seen or explored before. And that process took us like 3 days of just logging on and just sailing all across a bunch of different places. I should have more food. Did I eat all of my blood pudding or did I lose it? Should be. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Some of it. I think Jake might have taken some of it. But this is what that bridge looks like on the inside. You can see it a little bit better during the day. This is kind of our crown jewel. And then we added this in here just for fun. We actually have a ship, and that's just a little gap that I made because I wanted to test something out. That's why everything else looks like it's well put together, and then there's like randomly like 3 workbenches right here. I just wanted to see if it was possible to create a little gap that you could walk through without destroying everything above this on the bridge. And here you can kind of see the secret as to how we managed to build so high. The bridge actually isn't being supported at all by the stone connected all the way up. It's actually being supported by these metal walls that we have that go all the way up between all of these stone pieces. So it works kind of the way that reinforced concrete would work. Mechanically, that's not really how it works in the game. Realistically, it just means that the metal is supporting the stone and it's supporting all of the wood and stuff up there. The stone actually isn't supporting anything, and it's not adding any extra rigidity or anything like that to the metal itself. So it doesn't work exactly like rebar, but it does kind of look like rebar, which is nice. And you can kind of see too, that's how we got the arches to go so wide over each other. There's more stuff that we want to do here. I've talked to Jake about potentially building a dock here, but before I do that, I kind of need to figure out, okay, so I have the resources here to build another boat. Oh, I don't. I'm missing 35 fine wood. Jake. Okay. So first we have to find fine wood. Luckily, I can see a couple of birch trees from right here. Oh, and speaking of which. Oh no, did my birch tree die? Did Jake cut it down? I'll kill him. I feel like I might be better off if I actually like plotted out all of this stuff. There we go. This is just purely decorative. I don't want anyone to cut this down. So I'm trying to figure out exactly where the middle would be. I think it's there. Whatever. Just that one tree. I'm sure Jake probably just saw it and cut it down. Put the cultivator back because I'm not going to need it. Those are beehives. Those are supposed to be our gardens, which I keep putting off planting all of those things. Oh, thank you for the 1,000 likes on TikTok. I appreciate it. All right, where am I going? What am I doing? Oh, the birch trees. Oh, my axe is going to break as soon as I hit anything with it. Let me fix up my tools. There we go. Wait. Okay, I was like, I moved the workbench. It used to be right there in the middle. I moved it because the whole point of this is that you were supposed to be able to run straight through and just go straight to Jake's base. And then this is like the little crafting area. And this is Beardy. Let's see, got 2 eyes, he's got his little mustache. And then you walk in here and this is where the forge is. These are materials to build other stuff. Just keep those open for now because I don't really have a reason to shut them off. And now I can cut down trees. This would go by a lot faster if I had the, I think it's the Elder buff? Oh. It's the joy of building your base on a mountain. Well, that one's going toward the bridge, so that's going to be kind of where I need it to be in a minute. Don't you do it. Don't you. There we go. All right, I need a total of 35 fine wood, which means I'm going to have to cut down more than 2 of these trees anyway. There we are. Yeah. I got 7 from 1 tree, so theoretically I'm gonna have to cut down a total of 5. I've already cut down 2, so I need to cut down about 3 more. That's always nice. And luckily all of my food is all stamina food. I don't really need health food unless I'm fighting a boss, so. And we've intentionally put off fighting bosses on this server because it just makes the whole building experience take a lot longer, and that's really the part of the game that we enjoy the most anyway. I think eventually when we have our bases built up really well and we have access to all the biomes and resources and things that we need, then we might start taking down the bosses for fun and then seeing how our bases cope with the extra stress. I think I'm gonna have to cut down 1 more of these. Your mom, what's up? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in on TikTok. I appreciate it. What game is this? Just sent 1,000. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. This is Valheim. It is kind of like a survival building game, kind of, but it's a lot less intense than a game like, say, Rust. Like, for example, you can eat and drink stuff in this game, but if you don't, your character won't, like, you won't die of starvation or thirst, which is nice. I like not having to worry about things that I have to worry about in the real life in games. This is gonna... Okay, good. I was just hoping that side wasn't gonna roll down the hill. Brilliant. Well, now we've got 43, but let's go for the gold. There we are. It reminds me of Elden Ring in a way. I haven't played Elden Ring yet. I know eventually I'm probably gonna have to try it out. But I'm honestly kind of... I don't have anything against, like, Souls-like games. But that intensity, that difficulty, just is not appealing to me. Alright, so this will at least help demonstrate what this ship is going to look like. And we should probably have one at each base anyway. So this is the largest one that you can build. There we go. And another thing I kind of want to do, this is going to be really difficult to navigate correctly. I think the ship should fit through this gap. Perfect. Okay. So this is just because I wanted to see how tall the ship is, how wide the sails are, because eventually we want to, Jake and I want to cover this area in the middle and kind of build kind of like train platforms so that you can like safely like anchor the ship, which you can't really anchor the ship. The only way that you anchor the ship is by jumping off of it, because once you're not on the ship, it won't move at all. That's how anchoring works in this game. So for example, if I jumped back on the ship now, it would start to drift off on its own. Let me see. I'll try and put like a marker or something on here. How much? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I've got a decent amount of just the regular tier 1 wood. Okay. So I think it's about that tall. And the mast and the ship and everything will bob up and down just a little bit. So I think that's probably enough space. That's where the roof needs to be. Do I have any coal on me? I do not. I wish I did. The only reason that's important is because I wanted to put a sign there for Jake that's just like, hey, the roof goes here. But I'll just text him that. All right. Oh, yeah. I forgot my jump skill is so high that I damage myself when I jump back on things. I've been completed. I've barely completed it, and it's been over the weekend. If that helps you give a picture of how easy it is, like 79%. You mean like you've 79% beat it? Okay, so I have this ship here. I could show you guys what it would look like to sail it down to the... Oh my god. This is what happens when you explore a new biome. This is why you have to make sure you bring like wood to make workbenches and like materials to make portals and things. So unfortunately we didn't mark on the map where the base is that we have down there, but I do have a portal down there. Oh, also I'm gonna clean that up there. I'm very particular about how things get built here. Yeah, look, you can see it from this side, kind of like that's pretty kind of like level with where the camera is, and that looks like it's right above where the top of that mast is going to be. Like if you tried to line them up with the camera, it would appear as if the mast was poking the bottom of that thing, which is what you want. So that's here, I think. Oh, good God. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. I give up. We're going to find the portal. Jake said that he moved the portals also. It's fun. It's fun sharing a server with Jake because he will just like we'll agree on what projects we want and what we want to do on the server. And then we'll individually log on and just get a bunch of stuff done. And so there's always something new. There's always something extra that's gotten done. Like, for example, one thing that I know that Jake did is he sailed the ship that we already had down to the swamp. I want to sail this one down there because if we have two ships, that doubles the amount of storage that we can use, and we can load them both up with the iron that we need to sail back. Now, you may be wondering, Nico, if there are portals in this game, when one of them I'm about to use, yeah, he moved them. I think he put them in the tower. Why do you need ships? So even though there are portals, you can't transfer raw ore, meaning like iron ore, copper ore. You can't transfer the things you need to make workable metal bars. You can't transfer those, and you can't transfer finished metal bars either through portals. They will prevent you from teleporting. So you have to sail those things. I hesitate to tell Jake that he could build this taller if he used the iron reinforced building techniques that I used for the bridge. The only reason I don't want to do that is because this thing would become so tall that it would be, I mean, maybe I should just tell him to do it anyway. Okay, so he didn't put it in there. And this is just these are just stairs that lead to the top of the mountain, honestly. That's it. It's that simple. Okay, so it's not there either. That gives you a good idea of that's what my base looks like. That's the bridge connecting the two from up here. Getting it perfectly level all the way across was a challenge and involved a lot of math and a lot of just counting things. See, if you put the iron reinforcements in there, he wouldn't need those stabilizing pillars piled into the mountainside. I might do it for him, and it's not that hard, really. You don't even have to embed the iron into anything. You just have to latch it to something, and it's going to go further if you latch it to the ground. He also doesn't have a forge on his okay, that's a project for another time. Did he move? Maybe he moved the portals down here. Okay, maybe he moved the portals to the secret area. But before I give that away, let me just check up here. No, he did not move them to the secret area, as much as that would have made sense. Okay. Portal 2, I think, is the one that I need. Set 3,000 finger hurts. Okay, helps. Dude, thank you so much. That might be the most likes that anyone has sent me in a single live stream. Thank you. Scuba Squat, I should playing Halo? No, I shouldn't. But thank you for letting me know. Let me fix that really quickly. Thank you for the heads up. I had the same issue last night. I try and do that stuff through my encoder, and it just never really works out. Is it the creator dashboard? There's a faster way to do this. Just edit stream info. Okay, it is the creator dashboard. That would make sense. Tags. Yeah, okay. Not Halo Infinite. There we are. Yes, much better. Perfect. Thank you, man. Thank you for that. So this is same kind of ship, just in a different place. Excuse me. Gotcha. It happens to me a lot as well. How's the stream? So far, so good. Been engaging. I'm getting more and more comfortable with like just having TikTok open at the same time and just reading TikTok comments as well. No worries, bro. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Okay. Now that I'm here. Oh, I was gonna mark where this was so that I don't get lost. Let's see. There. 2. We just have the portals numbered. We've played on 3 different servers. The first server we played on, we had names for everywhere. We had like our main base was called Fort Beard. And then we had like we had like specific names for all of the other places that I can't remember right now. I think my brother's the only one that like his base was just called like Hunt. No, actually that's right. John Luke's base was the Foxhole, I think. And then Jake's base was probably just like base or barracks or something military. And the second server that we had, besides the main area that we had, the main base, the central base that we had, which was called Palazzo, all of the portals to all of the other places were the NATO phonetic alphabet. So Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. Oh, Golf, Echo, Hotel, India, Lima, Michael, November, Oscar, Quebec, Papa, and Romeo, I think so we had that many portals. That's where we got from A to R. And this time we were like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just use numbers. It's going to be faster, especially since it's pretty common that like we'll land somewhere and we need to make a portal very fast because we will probably die. Gym time, bish. What's up, Jake? Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, the man, the myth, the manager. That's Jake in chat. That's Knife Trick. Thank you for tuning in, dude. So now that I know where exactly that is, now I need to jump back down here. Another thing, I'd probably build this walkway first. Also, thank you for building this, Jake. Jake's, by the way, he's the one that I built the legs here, the new legs for the bridge. He built this roof covering it so that you're not exposed going from one side to the other. The next thing that he did this, the walkways coming off, which are incredibly helpful. I think one of the next things that we need to do is actually build like a 4-unit wide like walkway coming down. I feel like that might be just a little bit difficult because this incline is a little bit too steep to bring carts up and down. So the way we might have to do it is like a stepped up this way and then up that way and then up that way. All right, rain, thunder, let's go. Excellent sailing conditions if you ask me. Give me 1 second. I'm thinking, is there anything that I'm supposed to put in the ship before I go? I don't think so. I have food. I think I should be okay. I have birch seeds for some reason. I'll do it tonight. All right. Well, hopefully, Hannah's going to be at work. If Rosalie goes to sleep early, and I'll get back online. Is it? You are wet. Thank you for that. All right. This is not a good idea to go full speed directly out of the thing. Oh, Lord. Oh. Oh, God. Okay, too fast, too fast. How am I doing on health? Oh, yeah, that's not a good sign. Back pedal. Back pedal. Hold on. Another thing that I learned is that if you have like, I think I can actually build it right here potentially, or I can build it on this rock. If you have, there we go, trees like this in the water, and you sail through them, they will do massive damage to your ship. It doesn't help that I can't see a goddamn thing. Am I beached? I feel like I'd be better off trying to just like use the map, honestly. I am kind of just using my mini map. Hold on. Slow down. Back pedal. Hold up. Grab the wall. I just want to fix the boat before, you know what? We're just gonna go for it, I guess. Alright, so I kind of remember what the heading needs to be to get back down there. Yeah, it's a lot of going down this 45-degree angle, and then you head south, and then you have to sail around this. John Lake, what is up? My brother tuning in. Welcome, thank you for tuning in on YouTube. How's it going, dude? 2 ads interrupted. Where are you sailing? I'm sailing to the swamp base, the one that has crypts and stuff there, because I figured even though I can only sail one boat at a time, at least while we're there, we could load up both boats with iron and sail them both back at the same time. Because I don't think I've ever played, maybe once before have I sailed like with somebody else at the same time. I mean, I'm sorry, Jake and I have been in the same boat together, but I've never sailed more than one boat with somebody else. What's on the boat that you didn't just break it down and then walk through the portal and build it over there? Nothing. I just thought that sailing it would be interesting. It's that simple. I just wanted to sail a boat. And what is up? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Can you tie them together and sail both? Not as of yet. Not in the current state of the game. You can't do that. I wish you could, but actually, funny story, Jake and I learned something very interesting. So you have boats for the sea, obviously. On land, you can build a cart that you can load up with stuff, and you can pull it with your character. So we have 2 carts at the main base right now, and we learned that if each person pulls one cart, then you can have your buddy jump in the back of your cart, and one person runs, and that basically means that one person is pulling 2 carts. Unfortunately, that system probably wouldn't work for the boats. There's also object collisions that cause damage, so like when we did that and I'm hearing things that I do not like. I have to paddle now, which is not a prospect that I like, being in an ocean biome where I could be attacked by a sea serpent. If I get attacked by a sea serpent, I think my best strategy is probably going to be to try to harpoon it and then turn the boat around and just try and beach it so that I can kill it. Oh, here we go. We're getting some wind. I can't quite use it at that angle, but I'll try. Lol, hope you get attacked. Love you too, Jake. Oh, so object collisions. So when Jake and I were testing that out, originally we were doing it for fun, and we kind of thought that if one person ran, then you would just slide off of the cart. And so we were super excited. We were like, oh, sweet, like making a little train of carts. And then we realized Jake's cart broke once we got to where we were going because it kept hitting my cart and taking damage. So even if you could do something similar with the boats, that would probably still happen. I would like to see them do something like that though, because there are, I think boats need to have like points of attachment the same way that like your building materials do. And I think you could use that system and something like the harpoon to basically tether two boats together so that you could tow them if you needed to. But otherwise, the closest thing that you could get would be getting your buddies. There's a smarter way to get extra storage on your ship, but I'll cover that last. I think what you could do that would work is get a bunch of your buddies to grab carts, and then they all stand on the boat with their carts, and then you try and sail them and tow them along the ocean. But actually, that's the smartest thing to do, is to get everybody to build a bunch of carts, load them up, drag them onto the boat, and then destroy the cart itself. Because when you do that, the cart leaves behind about 6 crates of stuff that still have those materials in them, but the crates will actually stay on board the ship. And if they fall off, at least they'll float. So you can always let them fall off the boat and just mark where they are and come back and get them later. I don't know if that's like an archipelago of islands or if that is a sea turtle. Sea turtles, well, that's what I call them. But there are these like large creatures that spawn in the water that have barnacles on them, and you can go and mine those barnacles to collect something called chitin. This is going to have to go slowly because I have to just paddle the boat. It's another mechanic I really want to see them add, is like oars that people can use to help basically push the boat. Loophole herd, yes. It's a pretty awesome loophole though. I see like a bunch of other little islands off in the distance, and if those are all sea turtles, one, that is easily the most of them that I've ever seen in one place. But two, like this boat might accidentally get filled with chitin, which is what you collect from barnacles, which I guess would be fine because... Nope, hold on. Do that, and then here. And then I just... chitin you can run through... Okay, maybe this actually just is an island. I kind of want to mark this on the map. This is a pretty dope little island. And it's Black Forest, which means like you're not really going to deal with getting attacked by anything too crazy out here. Island? Elaine! There we go, island. Okay, well that's a little bit disappointing, but this is actually a pretty cool island to find. I'm not going to do anything about it right now. Oh, good God. Could you imagine if I did that and it killed me? It very nearly did, so I am going to wait just a minute before I set back out to sea. I have 10 minutes before I can use the motor buff, which allows basically pushes your boat as fast as it can go in whatever direction you happen to be pointing it. Let's sail down underneath this. Actually, from here, I may be able to... I don't want to sound like a nerd, but I used to have a ruler in here so that I could see exactly, like, which way I needed to go. Alright. Help still coming back. Can I build some... Great. Yeah, I'm not going to need wood where I'm going. No, I can't really build anything at all. Not anything meaningful. Alright, let's risk it for the biscuit. I was thinking it doesn't look quite the way... All of the sea turtles, by the way, have the same model, so they all look the same as you're sailing up to them. It's the size of what a sea turtle looks like, but I was like, the shape is not quite right. All right. Okay. So we've got, it looks like we have the mic audio back, right? Can you guys hear me? So we have the mic audio back, or at least I'm getting levels. Hear your voice. Okay, sweet. Yeah, that was weird. So like the game froze up for a second, and my music cut out and my game audio cut out, but I could still hear my monitor feed for my mic, so I thought you guys could still hear me. Sorry about that. I unplugged the Go XLR and plugged it back in twice. Now we still can't hear the game, which means I maybe just have to restart the game, which is going to be a lot safer. Now that I'm... You are not admin? Bruh. Well, I maybe just have to try and log out and log back in. Close Valheim completely. I'm also trying to open up Spotify again to keep playing music. At the very least. All right. Okay, so we've got the music back as well now. Okay, I think we've fixed it now, maybe. Even if I don't have... even if we don't have the game audio... Okay, sweet. We've got the game audio back now as well. That's the IP for the server, but it's not going to help unless you know what the password is. I think I need my Steam UID to make myself admin of the server. I did it on the old server, but I do remember it being kind of like an involved process in finding my thing. But anyway, now that we're beach days. I'm gonna fix my boat. So I did get attacked by a sea serpent, but he had a bunch of scales on him, so that's sick. The reason, by the way, I guess you missed this because my mic wasn't working. It's the reason you want to drag them up to shore. The reason I need to do it is because I don't have any ranged weapons to hit to kill them at sea. But also, if you bring them to shore, their scales won't sink to the bottom of the ocean. So you can take those and you can craft. I think currently the only thing you can make with them is a shield, but it's still just nice to have them. All right, I'm gonna leave that workbench there because that's what you do in this game. You just leave stuff everywhere. And we've got a portal to this landmass too because the merchant is right there. I'm getting my motor buff here in a minute. Let's see if we can back out of here safely. Try and go around this rock. And that rock. Alright, I think we're in a safe spot. Okay. Full speed ahead! Quick, while the water is still calm. Today. There we go. I need to bring my chat back up. There we go. You almost have 1,000 hours in this? Dang. I do, but also, according to Steam, but Steam also counts, it counts all the time that you just have the game open, and I'm notorious for just like opening up a game and then walking away from it for days and not actually playing. Look at that little itty bitty piece of land right there. You can kind of see it on the map too. That right there, that's the land, I think. Okay, at this point I can relatively safely just point myself directly at the base and I should be fine. Ironically, the motor buff makes it so that the wind is always pushing directly into your sails. But as far as sailing goes in this game, that doesn't help you so much because then you constantly have to like maneuver around. I have found that typically if you want to sail, see what I mean? The wind pushes you slightly off course, or the waves push you slightly off course. So I've found that the most efficient way to sail straight is actually to have the wind hit your sail at like a 45 to 30 degree angle. Alright, I can see the swamp trees now. It'd be funny to like grab a sea serpent and drag it into this like that lake that's inside the swamp biome, because then it would have to fight it'd have to fight leeches and stuff all the time. All right, it looks like we're headed directly toward the base. Actually, wait. Yeah, they're anchored. It definitely looks and feels like they should drift this way and hit each other, but they won't. There's a skelly here. Where'd it go? Under. Down where it's wetter. I guess skeletons can't swim. I guess they just sink. There's almost enough of this to make another ship. Sometimes when you're in the swamp biome, you'll hear like a flittering, it sounds like dragonfly wings, but it also sounds exactly like a death skeeto from the plains biome. And those things, if you're not paying attention, will kill you in one shot. Hence the name. So we finished that one. Oh, okay, so nice. I could try to fight that thing. I get the sense that it knows exactly where I am. Yes. Nothing to see here. The only way I'm going to be able to kill this thing. Hold on, stop moving. Try and get some of my stamina back. This is what happens to me whenever I fight an abomination. It's very, very hard unless I can sneak up on it and get a sneak attack, because that'll do like 300 damage. But the problem is sneaking takes so much stamina that typically I'll throw like one sneak attack and then I can't do anything. Oh no, why are you turning around? All right, I also need the water to be shallow enough that I am not going to accidentally I'm not going to accidentally exactly that. There we go. Now I'm just going to tear them apart. killing these, by the way, is important because as far as I'm aware, that's the only way to collect a root in the game, which is a separate resource. Of course I don't have space. Of course I don't. We were just talking about this. I need to unload all the stuff I have in my inventory so that I have the weight and the space to carry the iron scraps. I think Jake may also, well, at some point we'll bring back the materials that you need to build the carts that we typically use to do this stuff. Trying to figure out how to put away as much stuff as I can. Wait a second. Oh, okay. Another blood bag. Some more wood. Some more stone. That might be good enough for now because these things, none of this stuff really weighs that much. Unless I put my armor away, but that sounds stupid. Okay. Let's go pick up those roots. If I can find them in the dark. Shouldn't be too hard. Normally, yeah, there we go. Normally there's like little fireflies. There's like little glints of light coming off of this stuff. All right, that crypt is as good as any other one. Oh, that's the one we've already explored. Never mind. That's the worst crypt. And I think this is one that I got part of the way through. This is one that I've gone part of the way through. Okay, let's try and pick up where I left off. There we go. Also, having a ton of stamina helps down here. I'm going to turn down the game volume, otherwise you're going to just listen to a whole lot of that. There we go. That's probably a little bit more palatable for everybody's ears. Earballs. Good Lord. Okay. Did I miss any? Probably nothing there. Yeah. How much? Okay, yeah. I have like I have 350. Does that sound right? Yeah, I have a little over 350 pounds of just extra weight that I can carry. And since I have extra movement speed because of my Fenris armor, I'll be able to just sprint it back to the ship when I'm ready. There we go. I have this alarm that keeps going off on my phone, and when I'm live streaming, all I can do is just like snooze it over and over and over again. Did not know you could make boats that big in that game. Yeah, so it's kind of a catch-22 because in order to make that boat, you need 10 iron because you have to make 100 iron nails. But in order to make iron, you have to have access to crypts and you have to have a swamp key. So the reason it's a catch-22 is because that boat has so much more storage on it. So it is the best boat for moving your iron and stuff around, but you can't get it until you have access to iron already. So normally you have to build an inferior boat and the only other boat that has storage on it is not a long ship, a carve, which you need bronze nails for. But that one can't really carry that much stuff. So unless you've got a buddy to help you like move things, or you happen to have a base that you've built on a landmass connected to a swamp biome that has crypts on it, because not all swamp biomes have crypts, you're kind of shit out of luck. But it's worth the effort. That's like the very first thing. Jake and I did build. We built one carve sailed all around trying to find crypts, found this spot that has, I think, 5 of them that we have found so far. And then we made, I think we made 1 trip with all of our stuff on there, and that ended up bringing back about 100 iron scraps, which we used to build to reinforce the bridge. And then we used 20 of those to make 2 of these ships so that we could bring back a lot more iron. And at a certain point, we won't have to keep doing this because we won't need iron specifically anymore, hopefully, unless we decide to do a whole bunch of iron construction later on. But I think our next construction project is the walkway and the port, or the, I'm not really sure what, the dock? I'm not sure what you would call that structure exactly. I think it's a dock, not a port. I wish you could, like, there we go. I wish you could construct like torches in here, but you can't do it because you can't have a workbench in here, which is hilarious because you could put a campfire in here if you could find a dry spot to put it. Also, having so much stamina means that if I'm encumbered, I can probably still just hobble to the entrance to this place and just drop anything that's weighing me down. There we go. And I think with all of that stuff, my stamina caps out at like 260, I think. Okay, now, hey, there we go. And I think Jake and I reasoned out that each crypt typically has about 100 iron scraps in it. I think, no, actually that's a lie. Each crypt has about 60, I think. Just from our experience. Which is why, like, just knowing that there's 5 crypts here is probably enough, because that's going to be a total of 300 iron. That's enough to build most of what you would need to build on a server. Howdy, Liam Beans, welcome back. How's it going? Thank you for tuning in. Gonna be a whole lot of this. Iron. Is that, yeah, I figured. Oh, hey! Oh, hi. What? Can I even get that one? Sure can. Great. Poison. Love it. Doing lovely, just woke up and it's raining, so I'm happy. How are you? I'm doing well, always stoked to be live, and happy to be back into Valheim. If you guys want, also, the other server that we have is still live. I can show you the stuff that's on there, but just like the degree to which the landscape has changed is, it's insane. Mostly we decided to start a different server because we didn't want to have to keep exploring like newer things to try and find these new resources that are coming with every new patch. So we decided, you know what, it's been 2 updates. That's probably a good stopgap. Let's build a little something on a new server and see if we can find some tar in the plains, find some mountain caves, which they have now apparently. We haven't seen any, but we also haven't really gone out looking for them, and I wouldn't know what one looked like if I stumbled across one anyway. these torches for nothing. These procedurally generated dungeons are really hilarious sometimes. They just make no sense. There we go. I feel like you should be able to build torches without needing a workbench. Like you can build a torch as like a handheld item. It makes sense that you should be able to take that handheld item and just like put it down somewhere and use that as a torch. And it would make exploring these dungeons a lot easier. Not easier, but more welcoming, I guess. Because it doesn't add anything to the game for me that it is hard to see. Yay, more things to weigh me down that aren't iron. Love it. Yeah, I've already collected 33. I think I was talking to Jake about this the last time that we were out here trying to collect iron. I think they made the individual scraps lighter because it used to be that we could only carry like one stack at a time and we'd have to run out. Oh, also another thing you can do, like this is probably far and away the hardest way that you could make this, that you could do this and like transfer iron. It's the way the game developers intended, probably. But if you want to make it easier on yourself and you don't want to have to go through the hassle of like building a ship and learning to sail and doing all that stuff, you can also go and collect the iron, like go to a solo server, drop the iron there, log back into your public server, teleport back to your base, go back to your private server, pick up that iron again, and then log back over. I mean, it's still a little bit of work, but it's faster than doing it this way. Oh boy, there we go. Do not need withered bones. Do not need grayling eyes. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm perfectly encumbered. How do I get out of here? Perfect. All right, I'm gonna try and sprint to the ship and drop off what I have. Oh, Tyler, what is up? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. On TikTok. I brought you all the likes. I appreciate it. Yeah, I learned relatively recently that you can like a live stream multiple times by just like tapping your finger over and over and over again. I feel like an idiot that it took me so long to realize that, since this is where I spend so much of my time on social media. But I guess I don't typically watch people's live streams very often, and when I do, I don't think about like liking their the live stream when I'm watching. I just like enjoy absorbing everything. All right, so we've got 2 ships. Each of them has 18 slots. So in theory, if we filled them all up with iron, how much do these weigh, by the way? Because I might as well just... So we have a total of 36 slots. Each stack of iron is 30. What's 30 times 36? A lot. It's like 1080, I think. That's just a number I pulled out of my ass. I don't think that that's right, and I don't want to use my phone to figure it out. There. Try and make sure I have as much room as possible. I don't think I have any weapons or anything that are really super duper weighing me down. Yeah, 1.5, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds, 2 pounds. My armor isn't even really heavy, but I need it anyway because it improves my movement speed. All right, once more. If you have a cart, and carts can be kind of difficult to use in the swamp because you're the landscape is so up, really. Like tons of slopes and ponds and things. There's lots of monsters that spawn from around trees.
So that was 33, I think, that we just ran back with. But one, I haven't fully explored this sunken crypt, and two, this is one that I had already been inside of before. I just couldn't bring everything with me. Great, more stuff I don't need. Love that. I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, that is a death trap. So that actually is everything that was in here. So yeah, I think that's about 60 then, on average. Maybe between 60 to 70 scraps per thing. There's nothing there, and I'm pretty sure I explored everything on this side. Let's follow the left wall. Try not to run out of stamina, otherwise all of this is gonna take just that much longer. Wait, muddy pile. Yeah, nothing. Nothing there. Ah! Sounds like something is swimming near me. There may be a creature in here somewhere. There we go. Okay, that's everything from that side. Withered bone I don't need. Yeah, there's a lot more stuff in here. It's also, when you have two people gathering iron from these scrap piles, it's a lot easier because two people fit next to each other perfectly down these hallways. So you can just go... It goes a lot faster. That's where I'm getting leather scraps from. Okay, I guess that makes sense, because why not? What if you do it this way? Is this more or less effective? Less effective, seems like. Yeah, I can't even hit everything from up there. Another thing that can happen too while you're out here is you might break your tools, so you can bring spares if you really want to. That's kind of hard to do when you have high quality tools like an iron pickaxe. Which is, now that I'm thinking about it, now that we're collecting iron again, we should probably make some extra ones of those, but it's a resource intensive thing to do to have extra like high-end tools when you go out. It's much easier just to like take the portal back to your base, repair your tools there, and then take a portal back here. Oh, that didn't lead anywhere. Cool. All right. Hold on. Let's look all the way around. Wait. Aha! Yeah, nothing. Wait! There's more! Still nothing. I'm just out here trying to be thorough. Because if you don't explore the entire crypt and you find later that you do need iron, it's going to be such a pain in the ass to go back and think like, I don't think I explored this entire thing. I think there might still be a little bit of something here. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to hit that piece up there just because of the way it's positioned. I don't think that is anything. Okay, maybe that is it then. 1080 is right. I guessed because, I don't know, sometimes like nice round numbers like that happen a lot. I think 1080 is also like a factor of 2. I think that's why I remember that one so easily. Is it? It's 1080, 580, 256, something like that. Is my math right? No, 512. Okay, then never mind. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. Wait a second. Let me unload all the rest of this nonsense too. How dare you, sir? What if that's the voice I use for my D&D character? Today's Wednesday. Oh, so tomorrow I'm actually in a D&D one-shot. It's not being live streamed. It is we're running a one-shot as a tech check before we kick off this podcast that we're gonna do. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about it. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you who all is in it. I think it's safe to say that, or safe to let you guys know that Dumpstat Podcast is the DM for this campaign that we're gonna do, but the characters we're gonna play at this session 0 tomorrow have nothing to do with that. We're making like not nonsense characters, but we're intentionally not playing the characters that we're gonna use during the campaign because we want those interactions to be new and authentic when they happen for the first time. So tomorrow I think I'm playing, because I haven't decided yet, and they haven't asked us for any information on these characters that we're going to use for the one shot, but I think I want to play a Warforged Knowledge Domain Cleric, who is actually an NPC that I'm recycling from an old campaign that an old one shot that I ran. Well, okay. I have to go repair my pickaxe in a minute. Actually, there's a level 1 iron pickaxe that we have. There's an extra one in Jake's base from our old server. I could just use some iron to upgrade that one. That would probably be more efficient. Some other character concepts. There it is. It's broken now. All right, so I'm going to drop off the extra stuff that I have on the ship. Then I'm going to take the portal back to the base, repair my pickaxe, and come back. All before dinner. Well before dinner. The other character concepts I was thinking of is, this is a stupid one that occurred to me, but playing a Simic hybrid barbarian. And these are level 1 characters too, so like you can't really get too caught up on like, you know, well, what subclass are you gonna play? Unless you're sorcerer, warlock, cleric. And I think that's it. Because clerics pick a domain at level 1, right? I think so. Pretty sure they do. But you can't, like, it would be difficult to play or to get a whole lot of like mileage out of like a barbarian, fighter, ranger, rogue, bard, wizard, paladin, because all of those don't get like subclass features until they're level 3. Because you don't pick a subclass until you're level 3 for any of those. But I was thinking about playing a Simic hybrid barbarian who is actually a were orca. Simic hybrid is just the one thing that lends itself the most easily to playing any kind of like sea creature themed character. If you want to have like features of a sea creature. Otherwise, you would play a Triton or a sea elf. But they don't have like, you don't get the choice to build out like extra appendages or like having tentacles that mechanically do things in the game. If you play Simic Hybrid, then you get at level 1 you get to pick one thing, and then at level 3 or level 5 I think you get to pick another adaptation. And they don't have to be aquatic, but a lot of them are sort of aquatic in theme. So there's, I think for the level 1 stuff, there's, is acid spray a level 1 feature? You have, I think, grappling appendages, which is how you would add like crab claws or like tentacles to your character. You get Manta Glide, which should be self-explanatory, but it basically allows you to glide a certain distance and avoid a certain amount of fall damage. And then you have aquatic adaptation, which gives you a swim speed, and you can be underwater indefinitely. So I wouldn't pick that one, because being aware orca, I think technically an orca is a kind of dolphin, which is something I learned when I was a kid. So they can't actually be underwater indefinitely. Very long time, but not indefinitely. All right, let's fix these tools. There we go. It would have been smarter for me to take all of the extra like nonsense off of the ship and just deposit it back here. Also, we should probably replace these with reinforced chests. Or just put them here. Put reinforced chests like right here, so that as soon as you come out of the portal, you can just dump the shit that you don't need. But storage solutions, for lack of a better term, is another thing that Jake and I want to put some effort into figuring out, like sorting out one place where we keep everything from each biome, because that's what we did 2 servers ago on our original server. We had like different rooms, and each room was like Meadows themed or Black Forest themed or whatever biome, and that's like if you had extra things from that biome, that's where you would go to just deposit them. And then inside the room there was like different drops for different mobs, and then there was like resource gathering as like a whole separate thing. Okay. There we go. I knew I was forgetting something. Eat Mofu. So we may do something like that. I don't really know where we would put it. But for now, I don't want to put too much stuff on my plate. I think for now, we're still focusing on just gathering all of this iron and then building the, like the dock area. Come on, there it is. Yeah, nothing. There it is. So frustrating. This game just has like such high potential, honestly. I get so excited for like the things that I think of them adding, like things that like might be a bit of a stretch now, but would really, really change the game. So typically, one thing that Jake and I have been looking forward to, John Luke, everyone that I've ever played this game with, is the use of like irrigation or pumps, or somehow being able to control water. Because currently there's a really like rudimentary roundabout like magic system, kind of like a magic power system, where if you have something called an artisan's table, then the artisan's table like supplies power to a few other things that you don't have to like actively use. Things like a spinning needle is one of the things. A grain mill is another thing. Your baking oven is another thing that like basically gets power from the artisan table. But if you could find a way to build something that like a water wheel or something, or something that could pump water from one place to another, I feel like that would be really interesting. It opens up all of these other possibilities, like irrigating your crops, like pumping water out of a certain place, like actually having and building dams that actually have effects on things. I feel like most people would go like the sim route and just try and like flood different areas so that they don't have to deal with it. But it would also make constructing like docks and things like that a lot easier if you could like dry out the dock itself and then come back behind and fill that out with everything that you need, going as deep as you want to go. There's also the potential that like you could build like across the ocean biome if you really, really wanted to. Like, you've seen how tall the bridge is that we have, and it could be taller if the legs were closer together. That's not a project that I want to think about tackling right now, because that just like the resources and the time that it would take to do that, it's crazy. That's crazy people stuff. Oh. Well, it's a good thing there's a chest here, because just deposit all this nonsense. What is... I don't need a ton of withered bones. Poison arrows are helpful. I might just also straight up have too much iron. Oh, I don't. Okay, great. Well, let me run out of here really quick. This is why it's helpful to have the cart, because luckily the ship isn't that far away. If I wanted to be super efficient, I would try and bring the ship around to this part here. I might actually just do that. But if you have the cart, then you can run out, just drop everything in your cart and go straight back in. I don't like playing in the swamp, and I like it even less when it's nighttime because I can't see a goddamn thing. And I'm not in that much danger. I mean, I don't have so much health, but I can run really, really fast if I need to. There we go. All right. Oop. Oop. Actually. Okay. I'm gonna do exactly what I said I should have done before. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to use this one because this is clearly where he's storing materials to make more portals. And I believe all of these are full. Okay, well, not quite. I also have some of these things on me. I don't have any more ancient bark? That's interesting. I've also only got 2 different kinds of foodstuffs left. Feathers. There's the pickaxe, but I don't have the iron that I need to use that. Jake's base we call the hunting cabin, or, well, probably not obvious reasons actually. We call it the hunting cabin because it's at the base of the mountain, and that's really where you would go to collect more like higher end resources. Higher end, higher quality resources. I wonder if maybe I should go up there and just build a cart instead of building a reinforced chest. I'm also going to grab a bunch of honey to take with me because that's another good stamina food to have. And I've got a goodly amount of it up here. Cool. If I was gonna do that, what do I have in here? Nothing. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna break this. I'm gonna pick up all the materials to make it. And while I'm here, I'm gonna fix my tools. Run back, build the cart on this side of the portal, and then I'm gonna go back. I think instead of bringing the cart with me, I'm gonna... That's weird. I'm gonna build it on this side, and I'm just gonna move the ship so that it's closer to load things onto the ship. There we go. Okay. Now I don't think I need to use the motor buff for this because I don't actually need to go very far. I just need to go inside this inlet and try and go right here. It's not even an inlet. It's an isthmus? What is an isthmus? I may be able to get away with sailing a little bit closer, but the water here is not very deep. That might be as good as it gets. Okay, I think I left off on the right side over here. Well, clearly, there's some stuff here I haven't mined yet. Where was the chest that I found? I'm not really sure what to use all those leather straps for. Just a set of like really shitty leather armor for newbies. If it's a muddy scrap pile, why do you need a pickaxe to cut through it? That seems excessive. It's like using a jackhammer to dig up sand at the beach. Okay, I guess that's everything there. There's also like treasure and stuff in here, but I don't typically pick all of that stuff up because I don't need anything from the merchant in the game right now. Yeah, looting from the chests is way more efficient than trying to gather everything from just mining the mud piles. The heck? It was third. Wait. Okay, I'm not gonna try and do that. Screw it. There was another chest here though somewhere. I thought. Am I losing my mind? No, there it is. Okay. I just wanted to get all that stuff back. Can you hold on? Can I destroy the chest? Oh, apparently. For stone. Interesting. That is a solid stone wall right there. That does not lead anywhere. Where? That tiny little... Oh, Lord. I can carry, I think, 9-ish more iron scraps. Wait, hold on. Is that it? That's all that's over here? Okay, there's this, that's a dead end. And then that, okay, there we go. Swimming consumes stamina, and if you run out of stamina, you will begin to drown, even if you just tread water. Okay, there we go. Something is something. I'm trying to keep to the right side of the wall here. This doesn't lead to anything. That's empty. It's also empty. There's nothing there. And that's the... Nope, that's not the entrance. It just looks like one. Nothing there. Okay. Then, yeah. That doesn't lead anywhere. There's nothing there. And that's it. Sweet. All right, so we're done with this one. And this time, the boat is right here. And once again, I'm just going to unload all of my stuff so that I have as much space and weight as possible for this stuff. Okay. Now, I think my best bet is actually going to be to stay docked here. I'm just going to mark this with that, maybe, whatever that means. Ship. And then I'm gonna go up to this crypt. Yes, that one. Yeah, it looks like I've been here before. Oh, I also have to change these. sometimes, because these dungeons are procedurally generated, sometimes there are like muddy scrap piles that are over water and the water is too deep and you can't actually mine them. So sometimes you also can't get all of the iron out of these things. Oh, another water themed thing that I think they're probably going to add is the ability to dive, because they have creatures that swim. Whoa, this is weird. They have creatures that swim, they have objects that sink, and they, like, you have the ability, if you played the game in creative mode before on a single player server, like, you've probably noticed that you can fly and move through the game in 3 dimensions. I think it's probably something that they've just, like, kept to themselves for now because they don't want to complicate the game with, like, people trying to go underwater building weird stuff, or losing all of your items underwater. Iron Gate. It's a lot of just... I've never seen a mud pile that was just in the middle of the room like that. How much? 11. Let's just open up this chest, recover some stamina really quick. Already back up to 14 iron scraps. I think I'm gonna try and break that the iron gate and see if it'll give me iron bars. I've also never seen one of those in these ruins before. There's just like rubies and stuff down there, but I don't need those. How much health does an iron gate have? Whoa, I broke something. Nothing? That's wild, because you need iron to build an iron gate. There's the Spooky Lemon. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in on Twitch. I appreciate it. How's it going? Other day, did I hear you speak a bit of French? Very, very little. I understand a lot more than I can speak. But thank God, because yeah, otherwise, that would have made it very, very hard to visit my family in Belgium and to go to Geneva. Oh, no, 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 no. It's, but my French, I think, sometimes for native speakers is confusing because I speak quickly, even if my words are wrong. So it's almost like a child speaking French in an adult's body, if that makes sense. And 90% of what I say in French is stuff like désolé mais mon français c'est très mal, which is like, I'm sorry, but my French is very bad. Or someone will ask me, tu parles français? And I'd say, non, mais Je comprends petit, which, and like just the way that it comes out so quickly throws people off. The most French I had to use while we were there, besides ordering a sandwich at Subway, which is harder than it sounds when you don't know specific words for things. I got to the to the point where you're ordering a sandwich where you're supposed to tell them what veggies you want, and I was like, oh wait, hold on, I got this. I'll just order all the veggies that sound the same in English. So I got to the end of the thing after trying to figure out how to order everything else in French, and they were asking me like which legume or which whatever that I wanted on there, and I was like, le lettuce, l'oignon, le tomate. Tomato, lettuce, and onion. It's like, I knew those. The easy ones. Let's see if I can just pick that up and walk it out of here. Or is it gonna kill me? Your French accent is very good to me. Thank you. I think that's part of what's confusing to people, because when you hear that, it's like hearing this voice tell you, I'm sorry, my English is terrible. I don't speak that much English. I understand that it's confusing, but like that's all I can do. I can't. It's like the scene in Family Guy where Brian and Stewie are coming, I think they're coming back from Mexico. And they're in the back of this car, or van or whatever, with some illegal immigrants, and I think Brian's like, man, none of these people are gonna speak English, and one of them, the guy sitting next to them, goes, no, I speak a little bit of English, and he goes, what, really? And he says, yeah, but only that phrase and this one explaining that one, and he's like, really? And the guy's like, yeah. Put everything away. I don't remember picking that up, but whatever. Also, sometimes I think it's less that my accent is necessarily good, and just that the confidence in the few words that I do know is confusing to people. But I mean, I don't know, it could be that my accent is decent. If French was actually my first spoken language, mine and my brother's. But when we moved to the US, because we learned French from our dad, who was Belgian. But when we moved to the US, my dad needed to begin speaking English at work. So he would come home and practice English with my brother and I. And my brother and I would go to school and speak English with, obviously, the other American students there. But my mom didn't need to like leave the house to go to work. And the friends that she did have here in the US, obviously she was mostly friends with people who spoke Spanish. She did speak a decent amount of English, but at home it was easier for her to speak Spanish with my brother and I. So our Spanish stayed, more or less, until we were about teenagers and it became uncool. But because our dad stopped speaking French with us at home, we didn't like learn more French. But I guess the accent might still be built in. You don't feel rested anymore. Yeah. Welcome to your 30s. The lady at the ABC store checked my ID yesterday, which they have to. She didn't check my ID because I look young. I could have had like a full head of gray hair, and more wrinkles than like a small dachshund. But she looked at it and she was like, oh, and I immediately realized that she probably did not think that I was 30 years old. Oh. Luckily, this has happened to a few friends of mine, but it's never happened to me. But luckily so far, no one has been like, come on, dude, this is a fake ID. 30. there are bartenders out there who would treat you that way, believe me. I guess I also just don't really go out and buy alcohol that often, counterintuitively. I'm just gonna mine this thing to death. That might have actually killed me. Like, I might actually die in here now. I will die as I live. Yeah. Brilliant. I don't know if it's just me, but it's hard to get everything you say through the mic and the game. Is it... That's interesting. Is it that the music is too loud or the game is too loud, maybe? How much metal you got? I don't know. I think I have 120 on one of the ships right now. Actually, no, I've got more than that. I think I have 180 on one of the ships right now. But now I need to try... Jake, if I die on the way to your base, I'm gonna be livid. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna give it my best shot. Alright. Let's wait right here. Wait for my stamina to come back. And go! Maybe just the music. What other games do you stream? I'll turn the music down. There we go. So I just started streaming Valheim again. Before I was streaming this, I was streaming Halo Infinite after it came out. Before that, I was streaming Destiny 2. Before that, I was streamed New World a great deal. But yeah, so those are the games that I live stream. But typically, if I, like, throughout a week, I'll have like 2 gaming live streams, 2 or 3, and then I'll have 2 live streams where I'm streaming from my bar setup. And you've probably, I think you've probably seen it before, but if you haven't, you can look at the previous 2 live streams on my Twitch, and you'll see what that setup looks like and how those live streams typically go. No, you won't die. Not in your base. No, it's pretty well appointed. I might die here, though. Oh, come on. Come on. Thing is, I don't have my armor that makes me faster, and I don't have my food that gives me more stamina, so I need to be very judicious about how and when and where I'm jumping. Go this way. I think if I run through the bone mass altar, that thing right there, I should be relatively safe because monsters don't typically spawn near the boss altars. And then this way. And I don't think there's a monster near my body. There may be. There might be, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, God, no. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ. I had it the whole time. All according to plan. Woof. Spooky, what kind of games do you normally watch? Should have grabbed something to eat first. Yeah, I thought about that, but then I was like, you know what? Risk it for the biscuit. Which, ironic, because I didn't actually eat anything. Okay. Now, where was I? That's the entrance. Oh, I think this way. The reason something spawned is I think there's a spawn altar that was here, which is like a bone pile or something that spawns monsters if you don't destroy it. Where was I? Ah, there it is. Yeah, there's two altars? No, just the one, but I killed something else first. Also, Jake, I appreciate you offering to sell the stuff back if I can't do it during this live stream. I probably definitely won't be able to because I have to end the live stream here in just a few minutes, but I do want to try and finish mining this crypt specifically. We need to get Nick and Jean-Luc on here, and we just need to have two-man ships. That's the stuff I really love about games like this. It's less to do with the things that I can build and make in the game, and more about like the things that I can do, and specifically like the things that I can do like if I have my friends online. That's the stuff I get excited about, as lame as that might sound. Get wrecked. Four ships, 4 people. I mean that yeah, that sounds like fun, but I don't know what the purpose would be for that. Like, yeah, we could bring a lot of cargo, but like in the time it would take you to fill one of those ships, another one could have sailed to the base and back. So I think 2 is like an ideal number. And I think a crew of 2 is like, well, obviously having a bigger crew is better, but like that's where your diminishing returns begin. Because if you have a crew of 2 people, one person can have the motor buff, which is what you see there at the bottom left. When you activate that, that's what gives you a permanent tailwind for 5 minutes, which makes you sail much, much faster. And then the other person would probably pick up a buff that either makes it so that you can sprint more easily, or maybe something defensive like the bone mass buff that makes you take less physical damage. But you could use 4 carts. I would say 2 ships and 4 carts is probably the limit on what would actually be useful to have. It's also, if you had 4 carts, you could make a train of people. I lurk a lot while I work. I'm not proud of this fact, but I did the same thing when I was still full-time bartending. I would just leave my my phone open to one of my friends' Twitch live streams. Sometimes I like chatting though, and that kind of awkward when I would be trying to like type out a message when we were slow at work. Okay. Well, I think I'm probably better off leaving this here for now. But what I can do probably makes more sense to do that, but I can take all of these lighter things off of here, I think. Luckily, you only encounter so many different things in there, so you don't have like a wide variety of items cluttering up your inventory. Okay, so we have 60, 120, 180, 183 iron right now in that ship, and it can hold 18. So we have almost 1/10 of what we can carry in a single voyage, and that's just on the ships. Obviously, we can carry more stuff if we're holding iron on our person. and try and run back here, run back through the portal so that I don't spawn in the swamp and get myself killed. I want to bring this back. My clock letting me know that I have my meeting in 30 minutes. Oh, you just stay close and use all of it from one person. Well, in general, it's also helpful to have 2 motor buffs because you can only apply the buff. One person can only apply the buff every 20 minutes and the buff only lasts 5 minutes. If you had 4 people, you would never run out of the buff, which would make sailing a lot easier, but you wouldn't necessarily need all 4 of those people at the same time. I think if you were trying to run it in such a way that you have one ship for gathering and storing things and the other ship is always like moving and they basically just trade places like this, then the 2 people running the motor buff would be on the one ship together because it takes about 10 minutes. Even with the buff, if you only have 5 minutes of it, it takes 10 minutes to sail back up to the base from where we are. So if you had 2 people, it would take less time and you would have the buff the entire time. So those 2 people with the motor buff would be the sailing crew, and then you would have a separate crew, and they would have buffs for gathering and sustainability and defense and stuff like that. All right, time to unload all of this nonsense. I also have to remember to leave you with the swamp key, which actually I should probably leave on the swamp side of this portal. There we go. Wait. Oh, wait, there's more. But fleet of ships. Yeah, you could do that. If you had 4 different ships and all 4 people had the motor buff, you would just need to, like, whenever you're reapplying the buff, you would need to get all the ships very close together without damaging them. All right, I am leaving the key here. Whoa, whoa, wah, wah, wee, wah. Goodbye. Okay. Oh, yeah, let me fix my pickaxe. Otherwise, I'll be a dumbass. I'll log back on and I'll forget to do it. So yeah, this time we, on the one ship, which isn't even close to half full, we have almost twice what we brought back the one time that we've collected iron. That's on one of the 2 ships that we have down there. So we may accidentally run out of crypts to explore, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Anyway, unfortunately, everybody, that is it for this live stream. Thank you all for tuning in, sticking around, showing up. Thanks for all of your help and support. Hopefully I have been helpful and supportive for you all as well, since that's why I do everything that I do here, and hopefully everything's been entertaining. Maybe somebody learned something. Maybe I did. Hopefully. I don't know. But the next live stream is going to be... What day is today? Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow, if I live stream tomorrow, it would be early. I may do another early live stream tomorrow. You guys let me know what you want to see. Otherwise, I'll be playing Valheim again. Tomorrow's 7 p.m. I'm playing the one-shot, which will not be live streamed, but I will tell you guys about it afterwards, as long as I'm allowed to. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. Hopefully we see you all in the next live stream. Until then, be good, be kind, be helpful, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.